According to Richard Pryor, quote, "Were it not for the use of physical punishment by and fear of oppressors, animals would never be part of a circus." End quote. Today I'm going to explain the dangerous conditions that circus animals are subjected to on a regular basis. In this speech, I will discuss the amount of time circus animals get out of their enclosures, how animals in circuses are trained, and circuses that have been shut down due to animal mistreatment. My research on this topic has yielded loads of information about circus animal mistreatment. I have interviewed some people who have been to circuses and have seen the way that circus animals are treated. Some circus animal species are getting closer to extinction every single day. Some of the big cats used in circuses, for example, lions or tigers, are becoming increasingly extinct out in the wild. Now I will begin with my first point. Circus animals do not get enough time out of their enclosures. The National Humane Society notes that 96% of circus animals spend up to 11 months a year trapped in their enclosures. Exercise for circus animals is heavily restricted and often consists of their time training. Elephants spend 50 to 90% of their time at the circus with at least one leg chained. Most circus animals get chained when they sleep at night. The main cause of death in circus animals is arthritis and feet infections. Circuses are constantly traveling, which leaves the animals stuck in cages for prolonged periods of time. Quote, "These animals are deprived of the opportunity to express natural behaviors, engage in natural activities, and roam freely." End quote. National Humane Society. Circus animals develop copious amounts of stress and behavioral issues due to the cramped quarters and constant travel that they endure. Quote, "Circus bears and large cats are kept in a maximum 5 by 10 foot cage for up to 26 hours. End quote. Turpentine Wildlife Sanctuary. This leaves big animals with barely enough room to turn around. Circus enclosures for elephants are not built big enough to allow them room. This can cause lots of problems for elephant joints. Now I will begin with my second point. Animals in circuses are taught through fear-based training techniques. Fear-based training occurs when the trainer uses something whips, chains, high-pitched sounds, etc. to make the animal afraid and therefore obedient. Entertainers' most common torture weapon is a whip. They use these on big cats and then they drag them with big chains. Circus animals don't perform tricks simply because they want to. Rather, they're doing it out of fear of punishment. Quote, "Trainers use bullhooks and electric prods on animals." End quote. Animalasia News. Bullhooks are used to dig into sensitive areas to promote a trick or show dominance. Tigers are instinctually afraid of fire, for obvious reasons, but circus trainers still use force to make them jump through hoops of fire. Animals used in circuses are often left with tons upon tons of psychological damage. Animals in the circus are banned from performing some of their natural behaviors, which then promotes them to perform abnormal, repetitive behaviors. Most circus animals would naturally live in groups, for example, elephants, lions, even monkeys, but they're subjected to isolation whilst at the circus. This can cause animals to fall into depression and later lead to death. Now I will end with my last point. Several circuses have been shut down due to animal mistreatment. Every major American circus that uses animals to perform in shows have been cited for at least one animal welfare violations. The Ringling Circus Brothers is an example of a circus that was closed due to animal mistreatment. Members and supporters of that circus showed proof that animals were being beaten and abused and harshly treated. The Ringling Circus killed many, many animals. For example, Kenny, a baby elephant who was forced to perform while ill, and a lion named Clyde who died in an overheated boxcar. Bailey and Barnum Circus was shut down due to multiple concerns of animal welfare. After receiving many complaints about Bailey and Barnum's animal welfare violations, the circus decided to close its doors. Universal Circus is a circus that still abuses animals to this day. They use exhibitors to force exotic animals to perform in their shows. 2 people with Universal Circus face animal abuse charges after moving an elephant by sticking bull hooks in its mouth. Universal hired Hugo Leibel, who has racked up over 200 animal welfare violations. In conclusion, today I discuss the dangerous conditions circus animals are subjected to on a regular basis. I explain the amount of time circus animals get out of their enclosures, how animals in circuses are treated, and circuses that have been shut down due to animal mistreatment. As I close, please remember, circus animals are constantly struggling with painful affliction. Many circus animals are set to go extinct within the next few decades. Our children might never grow up to see the majestic, miraculous creatures that we have.